On the issue of charter schools and school choice, I happened to be here in Colorado about a couple months ago and visited a public charter school in Denver called Strive, and a phenomenal laboratory of success from a layman's eyes to see. The school was overwhelmingly minority and met with probably 10 or so parents, as well as some of the Denver public school system administrators and teachers and kids. And I sat here and listened to this little girl named Selena talk about why she liked Strive. And I asked her parents, how did you get here? And I later found out that 50% of the public school students in Denver, public school systems, do not attend the school that they are assigned to. In other words, there is a robust system of choice in place. Similarly, I was in New Orleans in the beginning of the year with talking about a laboratory. That was unfortunately the case after Katrina, that they had to rebuild so much. So I know that there was recent news today about a case in New Jersey where there are so-called, I don't think they have a voucher law, but there's money now from the state going to a Jewish day school and a Christian day school and being challenged in court about the constitutionality. So I know Louisiana just had it's called a education, it's a voucher program, overturned, but then the state legislature moved to provide additional monies. And I can tell you though, and back to your point, those of us who support school choice do so, number one, because you meet these parents and you talk to them, and all they want is their child to have the opportunity that so many of us and our kids have, but yet they're unable. Right. School choice allows them an escape route. Now, the argument, counter, I imagine, is, well, what are you going to do to the whole system when you pull out the parents who actually are doing what they should to look after their parents? I think it's a valid debate. I just come down on the side of the parents. Not that we're going to dismiss the rest of the system, but I believe you can do both. I don't believe you ought to tell this mom, Essence Jackson, who I met in New Orleans, that her daughter, Milani, can't have the opportunity she wants because somehow government hadn't been able to get its act together. And that's why I think we've got to have a real discussion about accountability standards, about choice when parents know their kids are trapped, and then what to do with the system. And I believe it's about competition within public schools, not necessarily private schools. Let's start with the charter schools and see competition come to place, because a recent report on charter schools did indicate that there's some question about the extent, I know these gentlemen here know a lot more than I do, of improvement that charter schools actually demonstrate. But one thing stuck out to me, and that was the charter schools, the systems that identified charter schools that were failing and closed them actually had a lot better results than others who let them stay open.